There's a moment that happens to a lot of people. It's late at night. The world is quiet. Your phone is face down. The lights are off. And suddenly, your mind starts talking. Not loudly, not urgently, just constantly. You replay conversations. You imagine futures that haven't happened. You relive mistakes that are already over. You tell yourself to stop thinking, but the more you try, the louder it gets. This video is not about thinking positive. It's not about productivity hacks, and it's not about forcing your mind to be quiet. This is about why overthinking exists at all, and what your mind is actually trying to do. Because here's the truth. Your mind isn't broken. It's doing its job. Most people think overthinking means I think too much, but psychologically, that's not accurate. Overthinking is not too much thinking. It's thinking without resolution. Your brain is looping, not solving. From a psychological perspective, overthinking is closely related to something called rumination, the mind repeatedly focusing on distressing thoughts without moving toward action or closure. It feels productive, but it's not. Overthinking doesn't lead to answers, it leads to exhaustion. And the reason it exists goes much deeper than intelligence, anxiety, or personality. Your brain evolved for one primary purpose: survival. Long before comfort, happiness, or fulfillment, the brain learned to do one thing very well: predict danger. If something went wrong in the past, your brain remembers. If something might go wrong in the future, your brain prepares. Overthinking is the brain running simulations. What if I say the wrong thing? What if they judge me? What if I fail? What if this goes badly? From your brain's perspective, this isn't suffering, it's protection. Your mind would rather exhaust you with thoughts than risk being unprepared. Have you noticed that overthinking is strongest when you're alone? At night, in silence, when distractions disappear. That's not random. During the day, your brain is occupied with tasks, noise, movement, and social interaction. At night, your nervous system finally slows down, and when it does, unprocessed thoughts surface. Overthinking is often delayed emotion. Thoughts you didn't have time to feel earlier come back disguised as analysis. That's why the mind gets loud when the world gets quiet. This is a critical distinction. Problem solving leads somewhere. Overthinking goes in circles. Problem solving asks, what can I do? What is in my control? What's the next step? Overthinking asks, why am I like this? What if everything goes wrong? What does this say about me? Notice the difference. One leads to action. The other leads to identity-based fear. Overthinking isn't about the problem. It's about what the problem means about you. Overthinking and anxiety are deeply connected. Anxiety is the nervous system stuck in anticipation mode, not reacting to danger, but expecting it. When anxiety is present, the brain constantly scans for threats. Not physical threats anymore, but emotional ones. Rejection, failure, embarrassment, loss. Overthinking becomes a way to control uncertainty. If you think about everything long enough, maybe nothing will surprise you, but the cost is high. For many people, overthinking didn't start in adulthood. It started early. If you grew up in an environment where mistakes were punished, emotions were dismissed, conflict felt unsafe, love felt conditional, your brain learned to stay alert. Overthinking became a survival skill. Thinking ahead, reading between lines, analyzing tone, silence, mood. As a child, that awareness protected you. As an adult, it drains you. But your brain doesn't know the difference. People often say, just stop overthinking. That advice fails because overthinking is not a choice. It's a nervous system response. Telling yourself to stop is like telling your heart to stop beating. The more you fight the thoughts, the more your brain interprets them as important. Resistance feeds the loop. What the mind needs isn't force, it needs safety. Here's a painful truth. Overthinking feels like control, but it's actually avoidance. Avoidance of feeling uncertainty, accepting risk, sitting with discomfort. Thinking feels safer than acting. Imagining feels safer than experiencing. But no amount of thinking will eliminate uncertainty. Life is not a problem to solve. It's something to experience. Over time, many people start saying, "I'm just an overthinker," and slowly, it becomes part of who they believe they are. But overthinking is not your personality. It's a pattern, and patterns can change. Not through force, not through suppression, but through awareness. Not quick fixes, not hacks, but shifts. 1. Name the loop. When you notice repetitive thinking, say, "This is rumination, not problem solving." Naming creates distance. 2. Ground the body. Overthinking lives in the mind. Relief begins in the body. Slow breathing, movement, cold water, touch. 3. Allow uncertainty. Instead of seeking certainty, practice tolerating not knowing. Safety comes from trust, not prediction. 4. Feel what's underneath. Often, beneath overthinking is emotion, fear, sadness, shame. Thoughts fade when feelings are allowed. If your mind won't shut up, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. A human whose brain learned to survive. And survival can be unlearned, gently. Not by fighting the mind, but by listening without obeying.